Let's make this episode a special one by just being ourselves and loving ourselves just the way we are. Let go. We got the Hodge twins, some of the most hated, and we got the police officer. I forgot his name right now. Y'all see, and my thing won't. I can't see it, but I seen the topic, and it was what's the damn topic? I don't know what the topic is, but they're talking about black women. And so let's go.
Yeah, like we just saw this video with Taraji P. Henson. We got that video?
Yeah, it's just like the
The
typical.
stupidity amongst black liberal women, man, and brainwashing people that look up to them, especially these.
Hold up. His ass, he be wearing a goddamn Jesus King shirt. Now he got a goddamn, what that is, AR-15 on?
They're stars. People listen to them.
Well, that's what I
y'all-
say. There's
yeah.
an infrastructure built to like just keep the black.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all got that
keep it
video,
at 100%.
Taraji?
Yeah, this is crazy.
You know why black people run away when we laugh? Because we weren't allowed to laugh on those plantations. This is stuff that lives in us, y'all.
Crazy.
This ain't nothing new, y'all. That's why y'all going, oh, what? Yeah, it lives in us. That doesn't just go away, like she said.
Crazy.
And if we don't start unpacking it seriously, it will also be the end of us.
What slaves experienced on the plantation is passed down onto your
Genetically.
No, they jumped, bro. They jumped over all these free black people,
Right.
to go back to slavery. I
Yeah.
don't understand. Like when you talk about the people, Madam C.J. Walker and some of these people who were highly successful after slavery, Frederick Douglass. I mean, you go down the list, Booker T. Washington, all these men and women who were highly successful.
I haven't watched this, so I'm always fresh out the dawn. So I'm agree where I agree at and disagree where I disagree. But I seen some shit from this bastard the other day. I want them boys to press charges on his ass, take his ass to motherfucking jail. Yeah, he talking about he gonna whoop a motherfucker ass. So that's another reason why I want to watch this shit, because put your ass in motherfucking jail, bitch. Threatening the motherfucker online. And ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing.
After slavery, built stuff. The Black Harlem in Tulsa. You got I forget the Renaissance, the Harlem Renaissance. You go down the list of all this black success. I didn't even know that when Rosa Parks sat in the back of the bus, or she refused to sit in the back of the bus, that the black people had a bus line already. They were doing the same thing that Black Lives Matter is doing today. They would stage these controversial situations to get an agenda passed. I didn't know black people already had their own bus.
I didn't know that either.
Here's another thing.
They wanted to white.
Hold the fuck up. What the fuck he say?
After slavery, built stuff. The Black Harlem in Tulsa. You got I forget the
Black Harlem in Tulsa. Shit with Black Wall Street, bitch.
Renaissance, the Harlem Renaissance. You go down the list of all this black success. I didn't even know that when Rosa Parks sat in the back of the bus, or she refused to sit in the back of the bus, that the black people had a bus line already. They were doing the same thing that Black Lives Matter is doing today. They would
What he trying to say?
stage these controversial situations to get an agenda passed. I didn't know.
Is this bastard saying Rosa Parks staged the motherfucking shit?
Black people already had their own bus.
I didn't know that either.
Here's another thing.
They wanted the white bus today. It's better.
Right. Just like you.
Yeah, motherfucker. Remember integration?
You can see them. They talk about it when they integrated schools. I forget the young lady. I should be ashamed of myself.
What the fuck
It's
you got
the
up here
young
for?
girl.
This motherfucker that forgot every goddamn thing. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. What the fuck you get your punk ass up here for, bitch?
That was escorted by the National Guard to school in,
Right,
in
I
Little
think
Rock.
it- yeah.
Little Rock.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I forget.
Yeah,
too.
I forget that. I can now. I got Google. I can look it up.
Yeah.
But the young girl in Little Rock. So she's a grown woman now. She gave her testimony how she used to be at a black school, and then she was suggested to go in the integrated school. They had black schools and black teachers that could teach black curriculum.
Why the fuck is he saying they had? They had. We had, motherfucker. They had. Like you talking about somebody else. It's we, motherfucker. We.
But instead, They were trying to go to white schools and integrate in white schools, and then they mad because their history is not replicated. So, these things.
He talking about women, maybe. Is that the day he talking about women? Because it's not like
Things to me, and even Harriet Tubman. People never. I took Africana studies in college, and I didn't know this until more recently. I did not know Harriet Tubman was married. Did you know she was married? Did you know her husband?
Somebody actually married her? The pictures I saw her, she was so up. She looked crazy in those pictures.
So she was married. People think she was out on the.
see. Sometimes that's why I be hating. Sometimes I agree with these motherfuckers, but then when they be on their bullshit, boy.
Plantation get beat over the head, and then one night she just snuck out. That's not what happened. She was married to a black man who was free. He was a free man. They lived together.
What?
Yes, they lived together. You can look it up. Do the research. Her husband was free. She had a job. Now her husband did not agree with her to start the Underground Railroad. So she decided to do it anyway. Thank God she did. I thought it was an honorable thing to do.
Right.
But they don't tell the story about her real life. They don't talk about the fact that the first black slave owner in American history, legal slave owner, was Anthony Johnson, a black man. They don't talk about the fact that hundreds of black men owned black slaves.
Right.
They also don't talk about the fact that in the past, voting was based on property ownership or land ownership.
Right.
And a lot of black people owned land and some white people didn't. And so black people could vote when white people couldn't.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they removed the rights for blacks to vote and then gave it back. So people like this idiot.
Thanks to Restore, prime time is back.
This is my time.
I didn't want to be bold.
That act like she know what happened on a plantation. They couldn't laugh on a plantation. So they act like she know.
There go the name. I name call. I don't give a damn. But I'm just saying, when he called her an idiot, it's different. Cause he a goddamn idiot.
No, like she was there.
Right.
They laugh and they go, I damn whoop them. You can't be laughing while you working. that I don't know if that happened like that. And there was different slaves, man. Everybody wasn't out on the plantation. There was a house Negro. Then there were slaves that were like servants. They were driving. They were chauffeurs. They would drive around and do things like that. Of course, slavery was a horrible thing.
Your ass would have been taking the motherfucking the plow, motherfucker. You'd been right beside a motherfucking horse. Plowing the motherfucking field. Put the chain on your motherfucking big ass back and let you plow the field, motherfucker. That's what your ass would have been, a horse. You wouldn't have been in the house. They wouldn't call you a field Negro. They call you a field goddamn. What to call you, a field plow.
Right.
And there were slave owners that abused their slaves, but there were some that
A caterpillar.
didn't abuse their slaves because they needed them to work. They went out and auctioned and paid all that money for them. They ain't just beat them. They can't work.
Right.
So it was a plethora of different experiences that occurred. But this idiot, probably making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Talking about it
Well,
lives
she
in
claiming
us.
she don't make enough money because she's black.
These people. This is what's wrong with with black people.
Yeah, I know.
Two things. One is unforgiveness. Because I'm a big believer in forgiving people. And the black community has never forgiven white people.
That what you told that boy the other day when you talking about you gonna beat his motherfucking ass. Why you want forgiving him, bitch?
From slavery.
Yeah.
They still holding on to that. White people that moved on. Everybody else that moved. Mexican that moved on. Chinese people that moved on.
Right.
Jews that moved on. Black people still holding on to that. You
Only
gotta
people talking about it is black people.
Only people still complaining. We live in the greatest country on planet Earth, bro. You can't look at us, man. We black and we successful.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, and everything ain't gonna work. Everybody ain't gonna be a billionaire.
Yeah, I think life is based on relationships.
Right.
That's the biggest thing about life, man. If you can build relationships, you can have a successful life. Without relationships, you can't do anything. I don't care what you know. That's why we became so successful with relationships. And you got to have a work ethic.
You got to have an objective perception.
Yeah, I gotta build a relationship with YouTube and quit calling bitches, and then I could be successful on YouTube, get more than one view. But fuck it.
Of the world too.
Right.
You looking through a racist lens, you are screwed. Because I lived like that. Because we voted Democrat. I voted for Al Gore.
Voted for Clinton.
I remember standing in line voting for Al Gore. I was waiting like 2 hours because I thought Bush was racist.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I was voting.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah. And I remember we got there, right? They say, you got an ID? See, yeah. See? He asked for ID. Because I'm black.
He knows who I'm voting for.
He knows who I'm voting for.
Yeah.
I don't blame him now looking back on it. Look at this.
But see, I don't think that y'all crazy or stupid or ignorant for doing it. It's just that brainwashing. That's why it take people like us to like get the word out there, even with a comedic relief, you know, to get people in tune. Because I used to follow y'all before y'all were political.
Fitness.
When y'all were doing the fitness stuff, talking about suckers, she like to suck me off.
I'm trying to get sucked
You
off.
got sucked off.
I remember,
I'm going to leave them nuts hanging out.
I remember before my mama passed away. Keith and Kevin, y'all stop all that damn cussing on YouTube. You know, you got your uncles, your cousins, everybody watching y'all. And
That
then you
was
know what's
funny.
crazy? My sister's pastor was looking at us.
Oh, my goodness.
I felt when I walked into that black church, I felt so uncomfortable. I felt like I had a pitchfork.
Well,
in
he
my
made me
back.
feel good because he said, I love you guys. That's
Yeah.
what the pastor said.
Right, right.
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside. Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm.
Right.
That's funny though, but you know, the progression will happen if people stay consistent and open minded. Unfortunately,
Oh, there you go. Officer Tatum.
it's just the trauma. Like you say, that woman, she say, slavery is passed down with us, or whatever the case may be, or it's in us. No, these dumb people keep passing it down to other
that's
people,
why.
Yeah.
which is the problem for the next generation. Her children and the children of those people, they don't have a chance.
They don't.
Because racism is taught, man. When you young, man, you don't care who you play with. You know, my kids
Don't.
out there playing with everybody.
It's learned.
They teach them, and you learn, and the kids learn that, and they become their focal point. They become their reality.
Right.
And it's hard to shake that until you get older and you begin to get life experience. You start working on jobs. You start getting exposed to other people.
Right.
Like I was racist. I was racist against white people when I was growing up until I got to
I
college.
was too.
Because I thought they were all, you know, hate black people. And I started thinking about slavery. I'd never forget this. When I took Africana studies in college, we had to take
I think say I was racist, but I dislike to some, but not. I can't say racist, but like I had white friends, I went to a white school, had like I say white friends, so I can't say racist, but if your ass did something, we was ready to pop off and go pop it off, and did pop it off.
what was it? It was Africana Studies 101.
Uh-huh.
We started talking. It was the introduction to lynching, and bro, I was hot.
Yeah.
One white girl in the class.
Yeah.
And guess the question I didn't know that there was lynching in the country. Every black person in there was like, heck no, man.
Yeah.
Your privilege that you don't know there was lynching in the country.
Right.
But after that, dude, I was infuriated. I hated white people. It made me hate white people more. Cause
Man, if I was you, I'd have got her number. I'd have gave her the black experience.
Hey, but that's something you mentioned that. I remember growing up and my mama was really into anything that was about racism. I remember when Roots came out. Remember Roots?
Yeah.
We was watching Roots. You see that? Keep them calm. Look at them. Look at the white people. Look what they do to us.
They blue-eyed devils. Look at them.
Yeah.
That's a devil right there.
Yeah.
I remember, and I would go to school after watching that. but I understand where my mom was coming from because she was traumatized. She grew up in the Jim Crow South.
Yeah.
So I hated white people.
Yeah.
I liked the women though. But I couldn't stand white people, man. And then, but I started getting some white friends, and it was crazy. Like I had white friends, black friends. Like white friends, we playing kickball.
Yeah.
You know, we out there playing baseball and stuff, right? Then I hung out. Yeah, then we let's go for a merry-go-round, right? Then I got some black friends, and we just walking the streets. We just walking. We just walking. I said, "Where y'all going, man? We just walking. We walking, right?" And then we was walking. Say, "Man, let's go hit the store over there." So they walk in, and all of us. Well, not me. I was just standing there. As soon as we walked in, all the black people scattered like roaches, like somebody turned the light on. Right? And I was like, what everybody doing, man? I go around the corner, they just stealing. They stealing. Right? I was like, hey, man. Then they run out. Yeah. And then it was an Asian guy that had the store. He was calling us all kinds of Can't blame him.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
blame him, right? So we go running off of the
Your mother. What would your mother think? The fuck you say about my goddamn mama?
streets and they eating all these chips and candy. I say, hey, man, let me get some. He said, man, get your own, man. But that was my experience with my black friends.
I remember one day after basketball practice, the point guard of the team robbed me at gunpoint.
I guess they don't have no more black friends.
Yeah, he put a gun on us.
Put a gun on me.
dang.
We was in 6th grade.
That's insane.
We was going to practice.
He was a 6th grader?
Yeah, we was in like
Oh,
6th grade.
he
We
was
was in
high
middle
school.
school.
Yeah, middle school.
Was he high school or he was in 6th grade?
No, he was in 6th
with
grade.
a gun.
with a
Right?
gun?
We going to practice.
That's insane.
Comes up to us and sticks a gun up to Kelvin. Kelvin's like, hey, give me some money. He said, man, I ain't got no money. I'm poor as hell. You a fool if you robbing me.
So, but the basketball coach saw it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So next day, I'm in the room with the basketball coach.
At the principal's office.
Name was Mr. Haley, and then there was this white man right there. He said, "What happened?" And that white man was looking at me and said, "Man, if you say anything, you probably gonna die." He had this look on his face, and Mr. Haley said, "Go and tell him it's okay, Kevin. Go ahead and tell him." I said, "Yeah, that dude Woods, he robbed me."
Yeah, he put a gun to me.
Yeah.
He got expelled and everything.
That's since the 6th grade, bro.
That was 6th grade.
That's insane.
And I can go on about all my experiences with my white friends. Like the worst thing I did with my white friends, they took me to a farm and we was trying to cow tell.
Yeah.
My
Black friends say, "Look, we're gonna rob the pizza man."
It's a vacant house over here. We're gonna call Domino's over there. When he come down, I'm gonna come up with this bag and we finna eat. I mean, that was
Commit
just
some felonies.
yeah,
right?
that was my experience.
And same with me, man. I got arrested for smoking marijuana in a vacant house when I was, how was I? 8?
Yeah.
I think I was 8.
Oh yeah.
And my brother was 10.
What the fuck you talk about the goddamn guns in the 6th grade for? Shit, you ain't even 8 when you in the damn when you in the 6th grade. You older than 8, bastard.
Mhm.
But then our cousins go all the way up to 17. So it was all of us in there. And we were smoking weed. We were smoking weed way back then. I'm talking about blunts. We wasn't just smoking a little joint. My cousin rolling blunts.
Yeah.
And we end up hanging out with them.
Hold on, how old is this motherfucker? Because how old is this motherfucker? Because goddamn blunts didn't come out to no goddamn 1990. Motherfucker wasn't smoking no blunts about 94, 95, 90, about 94, 95 when smoking blunts, smoking joints. About 94, 95, that's when everybody started smoking blunts. So how old is this motherfucker to be smoking blunts in when he was 8?
My daddy, because they were poor. And my dad, we were like kind of like they called us rich, but bro, we were like lower middle class at that point.
Right.
And so my dad used to give us a little $20 bill so we can eat and we stayed with them over the weekend because they had no money.
Right.
And so they had a little.
Y'all was rich.
Yeah, $20 for the whole weekend. And bro, back then the little chicken house, they had the fries this big, whole tray of fried $1.
Right.
And so you know we
back in the
had
day, I remember buying a loaf of bread for 50 cents.
we had plenty to eat. But my cousin used to take the money and go buy weed.
Right.
And then give us a change. And I don't know how much that weed cost. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, he come back and give us whatever we
He
got.
took half your shit.
Half of it gone. Had weed from last time, and he just took our money. But you know, that's the experience I had, man.
I think a majority of the reason why we had those experiences with our black friends, none of them had fathers.
Yeah. I didn't recognize at the time, but all my black friends, they didn't have I had a dad. We had a dad. But they didn't have no father figure. And I think that's what it had to be.
Yeah, all my friends that did poorly in life, they didn't have a father. Their father was nobody.
Right.
Selling drugs and really not an example. Or, you know, I tell you the worst.
That's true. Yeah, I call a spade a spade. That's true. Like I said in the last video, everybody, all the friends that had a 2-parent household, those kids were different than even if you had like a stepfather. Like I say, a stepfather is still not your biological. So it's only a certain amount that stepfather can do. It's only a certain amount that the black mother is going to allow this father to do. You're not going to beat the hell out of this boy or girl, because once you get into that, you ain't finna be whooping on my back, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Because you really can't. You really the intent may be good, but you did. Hell no.
First, another thing that's right on that fatherless thing is the women I dated. Because when I got to college, I'll just be honest, bro. When I got, first of all, I was around nothing but black people, right?
Yeah.
And so, especially going to Paul Laurence Dunbar, everything was Afrocentric to me. I'd never date a white girl. They ugly, flat booty, they can't dance, they got no swag. That's what I thought going to college.
Yeah. Right.
I went to college and it blew my socks off. I'm like, I don't know what they feeding these girls up here.
Yeah.
But the white girls was fine.
Yeah. Without the attitude.
Without the attitude. And here's the thing, bro. I end up having a kid with a girl.
I gotta agree when I gotta agree. Okay. First I was calling them bitch. Now I got to switch.
Girl when I was in college. And my son, he's 13 now. He's a great kid. But the girls that I dated from the time I started having dates and relationships, all the black girls didn't have a father, bro. The first girl I dated, and she was, I don't know if I can say that. I mean, I don't know if I should say that on this thing.
Hold on. And the reason why I popped off like that, because he's supposed to be whoever, then he popped off on the black dude. So I ain't like him popping off on that black dude like that. Like, if I ain't seen you pop off on nobody else like that. So don't pop off on no black dude like that. If you pop off, be fair when you pop off. Shit.
The first guy I dated, I lost my virginity at 16. Yeah. This girl was a freak. And I wasn't into it, right? I was nervous.
Yeah.
He was Christian.
How the hell he smoking at 8 and then didn't get no pussy till he was 16? That shit don't match.
Bro, kinda. Weekend Christian.
Right.
But bro, I was shy. I was shy, bro. I wasn't trying to. My brother was different. He was a different world, bro. He all out there. I remember one time, bro, I lied.
Right.
You know, because I was a virgin. You know, I don't know if it's just black community. It's probably all communities. They encourage you, bro, you a virgin. Like you gay or something if you a virgin.
Right.
And so I felt the pressure, bro. So I remember lying when I was in the 9th grade.
God damn, 16? I was in the 11th grade at 16. I can't get no pussy to the 16th, to the 11th grade.
Lying to my brother and them like, I just picked some random girl that I know they'll never talk to. I'm like, yeah, she came over the crib, man. I need that. So, but when this situation happened, this girl was like fast, bro. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why, and it's very unfortunate. But she was fast, bro. And my brother was dating her older sister. And they left me in the car with her, and my brother went in the house. And this girl took advantage of me, bro. And I didn't, I was like, all right, I got,
He took advantage of you, huh?
I
made you get in a race.
Forced
you to get in a race.
She caused an erection, all right?
Man, that must have been horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. I still got trauma from that experience.
You was at 16, you lost your virginity?
16.
We was damn near 19.
Really? Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, me and Kevin was
Not
really
man.
Man, why not?
If I had a time machine, I'd do so many. I've been going up to all these white girls. I thought these white girls hated me. These white girls wanted to get with me. Because my mama had traumatized me. That's a white.
Well, okay. He 38. So what's that? 87, 97, 95. That's when them blunts came out. Shit. He might have been smoking a blunt. It was 8.
White devil over there. Yeah. But you know what?
This bag costs $60 for a 3-month supply. Everybody understand this. $40 1 month.
A lot of this music nowadays, I think, is replacing like mothers, fathers, especially this rap culture.
Yeah.
100%. Because who you like more? Your daddy that go to work every day and lame, or homeboy that's a dope boy with all his money and jewelry and seem popular, famous, got all the women.
They telling the truth.
Women.
Exactly. I see every kid nowadays, they dress just like a rapper.
Right.
The modern day black kid or mother, female growing up, they're being raised by rap culture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
the Beyoncés of the world and they don't realize that Jay-Z and them can get away with having branches in his head, that ugly hair he be having, because he worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Beyonce can get away with looking like a skank on camera.
Exactly.
Because they got so much money. What they don't realize that when you broke, you can't be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't just dress like these fools and then go on the job and think they're gonna give you opportunity. You gotta make yourself, you gotta get yourself to a point of being wealthy.
He said that boy got some branches in his head
for you to even be like that. But then also these people ain't really who they act like they are.
Right.
Rick Ross used to be Rick Ross used
just
to be
marketing.
Rick Ross used to work at the jail.
Yeah, correctional.
He used to be a correction officer. How you go from boss? You were a correction officer. When was the drug dealing occurring? I just want to know. You were grown in that picture, and now you all of a sudden was a kingpin.
Yeah.
So, and these
some of the worst people are police officers.
dudes, they go.
And just because you're a correction officer don't mean it's a job. That don't mean nothing. So that don't mean nothing. That he could have been hustling in the pen, and in the pen you get more money. I'm just saying, profession don't mean nothing. That don't mean you can't do no street shit.
Go live a lavish life. They live in a white neighborhood in a gated community with security and all this stuff, and they still act like they gang banging.
Yeah.
But the young boys take it and eat it up, and they really gang banging. And dudes that's really doing it are doing time right now.
Yeah.
If you really thugging like that, you doing time.
Yeah. You think we could change this? Because they already demonize us.
Look, bro, we can change. We can change. Like it's like the Titanic, man. It's sinking. You just gotta try to save as many as you can.
Yep.
There is people that can be saved. Like we all woke up, bro, and now we have platforms. Millions of people hear content like this, and just imagine if y'all didn't wake up, me, Candace, and some other people with big platforms.
Right.
So it's a possibility that people are waking up from like us waking up.
Can't save them all though.
Can't say you ain't, man. You ain't. I don't know if, like I said, I think the community harboring unforgiveness, they can't be blessed by God. I just really believe that. I think that the turmoil and all the things that are happening to black people, they are not blessed because they hold on to resentment and unforgiveness. And that's what's happening to them. Everybody else then moved on.
Ain't no motherfucking God, bitch.
Man, Jewish people, like I said, everybody else first instead of black people.
Right.
And people can't get mad at us and say, y'all just talking about black people. Look at the numbers, bro.
Yeah.
The murders in this country, half of the murders in this country, I see statistics
Which is
say over half.
crazy because we make up, less than 13%?
Then you got to break it down further than that. 13% is everybody.
Yeah.
Then you got to say, you go half is men, half is women.
Right.
But then even half of it, let's just say about 6%, you still got older people in their 70s, 60s, and you got little kids.
Right.
They ain't the ones killing. It's between 16 and like 32 years old that the killing is happening, which is like 1%.
1% of the population.
A population is
They account for 50% of the violent crime.
Over half of violent crimes, about half of the murders. Now, let's put this in perspective because the murders that occurred throughout the year, I don't know, 12,000 murders. I mean, it's 300 million.
Now, this is the same. This the same thing that Charlie Kirk was spitting out. So I don't know the numbers, but it sound bad. So is this racist when they said, because Charlie Kirk said the same thing. So they spitting the same thing. So I'm getting back in. So if those numbers are correct, then what they talking about Charlie Kirk? Like I say, even if he had the wrong numbers, that don't mean that he's a racist because he had the wrong numbers. That just mean if certain people can say and look at it as type way of racism, but I think he just had the wrong numbers. Goddamn, camera went out. But here we go. Let's finish this up.
People in this country.
But I gotta go to the gym and work out. Goddamn.
But the thing is that the violence that is occurring and the crimes that are committed, and I'll say this, it has to be, pointed out that these are just convictions, right? There are half of all the convictions. In Chicago, I think their conviction rate or their arrest rate is like 30-some%. Bro, so most of these crimes and murders don't even get solved. Nobody's snitching. They don't know who did it. So if they actually arrested everybody who committed the crime, I mean, black people probably make up like 70%.
Right.
And the reason why I believe it could be 70%, because just look at the news. Look at the shooting and the thugging and the killing and the looting and all this stuff. It's mostly by black people.
Right.
And so I think the number is a lot higher than what is being represented. These are just arrests that are made, and that's how they qualify them.
Right. So,
I mean, it's just completely out of control. Look at the abortions. I mean, we're not repopulating.
Right.
These Mexicans, and I nothing against Mexican people. I don't care. I mean,
Right.
I think we all the same in my opinion.
My wife's Mexican.
Right.
She came Mexican.
It ain't no big deal to me. I think each his own. You know, we all guys too. You got your own walk of life.
They all look good to me.
But at the end of the day, man, these other people are coming over here and they getting theirs. And they're probably, you think they have an abortion?
They're
They have
not
the
making
abortion clinic?
excuses. Yeah.
No, they got 4, 5, 6 kids. About 15 of them live in a house.
Yeah.
They making their way, and black people still complaining and killing their babies and having abortions and murdering each other, going to prison, not educated.
Let me say this.
We can't make it like
That's
that.
why I say it's not ignorance. It's just at this point, it's stupidity.
Let me say this. That's like both our wives are from Mexico.
You got to get the black father in the home. Got to quit having babies out of wedlock. And I'm not married, but I'm part of the problem. I tried to correct it on my next go round. So, but I'm part of that statistic. What they talking about? Yeah, I'm part of the problem. Yeah, I was that.
Right.
Yeah. They're American citizens now.
Yeah, they're American citizens.
They're legit now.
They're legit. But it's just a different culture. Black culture is so just so horrible. But like a Mexican culture, like I go into Mexican neighborhoods, you'll see a 65-year-old man, old man, Mexican guy, Latino, I should say, and he's pushing a cart selling ice cream at that age. Like I'm having a house built. Who's building it? Who's out there building it? I see none but Latinos. It's just a different culture. That's why they can come here, not speak the language, and still thrive in this country. And black people don't even realize that. They're at the bottom. Illegal immigrants are doing better than
Why the hell?
and they don't speak the language.
Why the hell when they say why the hell when they say black people, then they say they? Motherfucker, we. It's we, motherfucker, we. Like French, we.
But it's the white man's fault.
Right.
They don't take no responsibility or accountability for what they're doing.
And the Africans
We, motherfucker, we.
that come over here, like
Yeah,
people
Nigerians.
from Africa,
Yeah.
Nigeria,
They
and
do better.
they come over here because the culture is different. So it's
Right.
not the skin,
Right.
it's the culture. And we also
That's
got to
true.
understand this: Jewish people were discriminated against just like black folks.
That he always. I think I don't like him. I think. No. Cause he be saying some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You look at those signs: no
They running
blacks, no
everything.
Jews. Huh?
They own everything.
Right. And like this is where I feel like this is what makes me mad. You say that people get in their feelings.
Mhm.
It's the truth.
Right.
Here's our new giveaway. Get out of the way. Woo!
Okay. Now, I probably was everywhere over there on that shit because I know I started out. He Officer Tatum, like I say, he did that shit with the black guy that just kind of pissed me off, rubbed me the wrong way, and he say some things that I don't agree with. So I shouldn't have called him a bitch, but I did, and I shouldn't have probably called him a motherfucker, but I did. So, but like I say, because he popped off at that black dude, and I ain't seen you pop off at nobody like you was talking to that dude. Like, if you popped off at him like that, you need to pop off at another motherfucker like that. That was, and then, but I thought it was gonna be more about black women, about how black women are really now. I don't know, spreading a lot of hate. With the Charlie Kirk thing, spreading a lot of hate. So, if you find in this content, like I said, I don't know where I was at, probably back and forth. But if you find in this content valuable, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Sorry about the God comment, but not really. Like I always say, love yourself, treat yourself, don't beat yourself. Holla. Gonna go work out, get on these pull-ups and push-ups and dips and shit. You heard me? Holla.